What's up, YouTube? This is Yoke coming at you again. I'm going to be doing a deck profile. This one specifically is an update. And with this update, I'm going to be doing my hands. I haven't tried the rank up version yet, but I have done some play testing with it. And so I've found some stuff that'll work better with it. So going into the main deck, to start off with the monsters, here is the all-stars of the deck. Magic Hand, Prominence Hand, Fire, and Ice Hands. Now, these are the main cards of the deck itself. Whoops, sorry. With the Fire, Ice, Magic, and Prominence. The Fire and Ice obviously being the main hands that you'll be using. This one is pretty good. I've won duels with it. The one person that I faced didn't realize that while it's face up on the field and your opponent searches from the deck to the see here, you can send when your opponent adds cards from their deck to their hand, except by drawing them, except during the damage step, you can send that card or cards to the graveyard, and if you do, inflict 800 damage to your opponent, and the effect can only be used once per turn. I was facing a hero deck, and he had 500 life points left, and he used, I think it was E-Call, and added one of his heroes from his deck to his hand, and I'm like, oh, looks like that's going to the graveyard, and you lose 800, I win, which was pretty cool. And the Prominence Hand has a high defense and allows for easier XYZs because you can special summon it when you've got one of the other hands on the field. And then I've already explained his effect. And then you should know Fire and Ice Hand's effects. Destroys monster when sent to the graveyard, and you can special summon an Ice Hand. This card's effect is when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, destroy a spell or trap, special summon Fire Hand. So these ones are your grinders. These ones are just kind of support. And then, so going into the other monsters, I like to run the tour guide engine. That I really enjoy it. And I found last deck profile I ran 2 Scarm and 3 tour guides. This time I've got 3 Scarm and 3 tour guide. I found that the 3 Scarm was better than the 2 Scarm. It was more consistent, and I found that I had a dead tour guide in hand by the time the second Scarm was used, and I just had a tour guide sitting in my hand. So I just kind of thought, well, why don't I just make the third tour guide useful and put in the third Scarm. And then the next card is same like last time, Photon Thrasher. I still really like the card. It's an awesome opening card. And then Double Maxi. A lot of people still like to special summon, and I still prefer it over Pot of Duality. Book of Moon. Dark Hole. I reduced this down to 1, and unfortunately I had traded my second Raigeki, and my other one is in my Dragon Ruler deck right now, and so once I either get a second one or I stop playing Dragon Rulers, this is going to be taken out for Raigeki. And then triple Mystic Space Typhoon, because back row and pendulums are still a thing, and you need to be able to protect yourself from that, and this needs to be an out. And it's also an out to things like Vanity's Emptiness, Kaisers, like floaters like that. And then Soul Charge, because Soul Charge can be a lifesaver. I know it's saved my butt using this deck a few times. And then, yeah, so that's it for the spells and monsters. And then going into the traps, Bottomless. And then 2 Breakthrough Skill. I hate monster effects. Compulse. Again, 2 Deprisons. I really dislike monsters that have effects when they're destroyed, so I like to use those. And then I upped my Fiendish Chain to 3 because, again, the monster card effects, and I absolutely hate attacks. There's Solemn Warning, Torrential, and then 2 Trap Stuns, and that's it for the main deck. Gonna push those back. And then going into the extras for rank 3s, Alucard, Mech-Whipped Engineer, number 17, number 30, and then last but not least, Wind Up Zenmains. Those are my rank 3s. I used number 20 a couple times, but for a number 17 play as well, but I found that number 20 didn't work as well as I liked it to, so I swapped it out for a Wind Up Zenmains. Oh yeah, and I forgot number 49 as well. So that's 2, 4, 6 rank 3s. And then moving into my rank 4s in the extra deck. For some generic stuff, number 50, Gaga Cowboy, and number 80. These are just general good rank 4s, game finishers, get over pesky stuff, and then graveyard removal and attack boost on some of your XYZs, excuse me. And then going into some staples, 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, Exciton, and then double 101 and double Castel, because monsters are very much a real threat in this format, especially with Necros, Burning Abyss, and Quilloffs, Cleforts, Clyforts, whatever they're called, whenever Konami wants to have them pronounced. But yes, that's my hand deck. It's improved a little bit from the last time. Could you guys give me a little bit of thoughts on the actual deck and what I should do to improve it? And yeah, so please rate, comment, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.